What's going on, everybody? You're now tuned in to the Triple M Boxing Channel, your source for all your boxing needs. And again, man, the boxing world was shook last week. Why? Because the golden child, Keyshawn Davis, failed to make weight, started brawls in the back room. Man, what is going on here, dog? Give me your take on this whole situation.
I mean, it's just one word, man. It's disappointing. We're not from Norfolk, where he's from, but for you to go to your hometown, schedule a bout for you to be the main event with your family, your brothers fighting the undercard. That was a good homecoming against a guy that's gonna bring the heat. That would have been a good show for the fans. However, Keyshawn decided to come in overweight a lot. Like he's a 140 pounder on on the weigh-ins, and it seemed like he didn't care. He was nonchalant about it. I don't know if that's just his personality. But one thing's for sure, man, he wasn't professional that night or that day. Um, Fighters make weight, champions make weight, and it's not easy. We understand it's not easy to make weight. A lot of you could die from actually making weight. But the thing is, man, you signed a contract. You've been fighting at this weight class. It's not like you're moving down. You've been fighting this weight class for pretty much your whole career. I know you're growing. You're young. But for you to miss weight by almost 5 pounds is unacceptable, and not even try. When he missed weight, he was flexing. He was acting like he was going to destroy Edwin. I think that attitude is it's disappointing. But again, he's young. I hope this is a learning lesson for him. But I think this hurt his career a little bit, especially with top rank. Bob Arum was not happy. Bomac wasn't happy. Not a lot of people. I mean, no one's happy at all. And plus to start a fight after when your brother lost fair and square, I think that reveals a lot of his character. And I hope he bounces back from this, man.
Yeah, I hope so too, man. And yeah, disappointed. But on the bright side, man, the boy Edwin still got paid.
Yeah,
That's what happens, man.
yeah.
Like it was just surprising the whole build up and all that stuff. I was expecting a great night and just all these things that happened afterwards after he missed weight. It's like, come on, man.
I know. Well,
In
do you
your
think
hometown too.
that's homecoming? Everyone's there. They bought tickets. They want to see you fight because you've been fighting in Vegas, California, in Virginia. Like they're
Yeah.
there to see you fight, and it's disappointing, right? But do you think because it was Edwin's team decided to pull out, but do you think it was a smart idea for them to actually pull out?
Hell no, bro. If it was somewhere else outside of your hometown, well, regardless, he should have made weight. The
No,
team
no, no. What
decided to pull out.
I'm talking about,
Yeah.
like Edwin pulling
Oh,
out the fight.
Edwin. Oh, Edwin pulling out. Honestly, hell yeah, man, bro. You signed the agreed upon weight was in the contract. As a professional, you have to meet that requirement. If you don't, I'm not fighting you. What's the point,
Yeah. I
right?
mean, a pound or two, maybe. But this guy's a whole. He's literally on the weight class above you
Yeah,
at 140, and that's a big advantage. Keyshawn is not a small dude. He's a big. He's young. He's a big 135 pounder. He's probably gonna end up fighting at 154 or 160 when his career ends. So I think it's a good idea. Edwin is going up in weight, and going up. He's up there in age. He looked drained too, but he made weight. That's
yeah.
professionals do. So I think he was in a big disadvantage, and that was just a recipe for disaster. So it's good for him pulling out. And that not only that teaches Keyshawn a lesson. Nothing's guaranteed. Nothing comes easy, and he got paid. So I think I think that's a good move for him. There's going to be more fights for him there, and I think just move on or maybe fight at 140.
Yeah, just learn from it, man. So we'll put that all in the past now. Hopefully he can actually learn from it. Who knows? No
Yeah.
way to find out. But
Uh,
on other news, Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford about to be live on Netflix. Promoted, co-promoted by Dana White. I honestly think it's going to be a great move, given that Netflix doesn't have any streaming issues. You know,
That's what I'm.
because
That's the only issue.
That's the only issue. Last time, bro, it was amazing, right? Like,
Yeah,
bro, we can watch it live on Netflix. The amount of eyes that's gonna be watching it, but man, just watching them.
yeah. It felt the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight. It felt like I was live. Was illegally streaming it. That's how the quality was. It's literally lagging every time. I don't want this fight to lag. I don't mind Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, but this fight, I want to see greatness, and you can't see it if they're lagging. That's the only issue I have. Netflix obviously is a wonderful platform. We're all subscribers. Most of us are subscribers here, so you're gonna see the fight for free. But again, they have to fix this. They did it with the NFL after the Jake Paul fight, and it was during Christmas Day, and it was good. It was successful. So I really, 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 really hope that this fight will be shown. I mean, will be shown live on Netflix, but will be good quality, no lags. That's the only thing.
I think it will, man. To be honest, because like the Jake Paul Mike Tyson one, that was their first really big live streaming event. Then obviously they had the NFL. Maybe they worked out a few kinks, but man, for this one, they really need to get their game
Yeah.
on lock. You know what I mean?
They messed this up. I don't think they'll ever get a live boxing event.
Yeah.
We're talking about Canelo Alvarez, the still face of boxing right now, in terms of popularity, and obviously, arguably the number one, number two pound for pound, Terence Crawford. So if they mess this up, I think that would be it. So I really hope that it works out. But again, it is out of our control. It's Netflix. But with Dana White, man, I think it adds flavor. It adds flavor to the
True.
boxing world. I don't, I think they're gonna do more tryouts on the undercard for TKO boxing, but I think the main card should be well-known people, especially at Beacon Netflix. But who do you want to see in the main card?
Man, that's a good question. Honestly, if Boots can go on the main card, hell yeah, I would like to see Boots on the main card.
That's a good one.
My another good fight that would be on the main card, if possible. Bro, imagine if Inoue was on there for a big card like this. Highly doubt it would happen. But imagine Canelo, Boots, Inoue, all on one card, bro. That'll be numbers, in my opinion,
Yeah,
because you're getting not only the American side, but
the
Japan
world
as well.
and Mexico too.
Yeah,
Canelo's there. No, that's a good idea, man. I mean, that's wishful thinking.
very.
Realistically, Turkey called out Chris and Billy, man. He wanted to see him Billy on the undercard and our boy Justin Valoria. But yeah, I think a Chris and Billy fight will be good. Janibek versus
Yes.
Adames will be good. But yeah, any big names really, that'll go in there. It's going to be a really big event, so I really hope it's successful. They haven't announced anything yet, but the press conference starts I think either this month or next. So I can't wait for them to actually like talk their stuff and face off. And there's a bunch of interviews going on already, so I'm just waiting for that to get released.
It'll be sick, man. If Netflix drops the ball on this, man, Amazon Prime, how you doing, guys?
Yeah, they can't, man. They really can't.
Yeah, man. Now on to a fight that's happening this week. We got Richardson Hitchins versus George Kambosos Jr. for the IBF title this Saturday in it's in New York, right?
Yeah, it's in the States.
It's gonna be in the States, and Kambosos he's been tweeting, I'm 2-0 in New York. I'm gonna make it 3-0. Man, I'm pumped for this fight, man. In my opinion, I think Kambosos is gonna take this fight.
Wow.
Big statement, big statement. I think he's gonna take it. These two guys. I don't know, man. Like in my opinion, Hitchins, he doesn't have that knockout power, man. So does Kambosos, in my opinion, again. But if I were to give the upper hand to an individual, it would be George Kambosos, man.
Wow. Do you think
I want
George
to see this guy
Kambosos
win.
will be a champion again?
Yeah.
Man, I think Hitchens' youth will play a factor to his advantage. However, he doesn't have that experience yet. Yes, he has a few good wins. Yes, he has the belt. He beat Liam Paro, which is a good win. Um, um, I think he's going to need more, but I think that Kambosos is a good step up fight. Kambosos obviously is experienced. However, the only down thing about Kambosos is he's fought pretty much all the big names. Okay, Lomachenko, Tio, Haney twice. Now the downside though is he only won once in those big fights. This is considered a big fight for him because it's for the belt. Now, can he win another fight? So that's the question to be asked, man. I'll go the other guy. I think Richardson Hitchins. Richardson Hitchinson. I think Richardson Hitchins has the advantage. He has the size. I think he's hungrier enough. Kambosos, obviously lost Loma by knockout. In my opinion, he might be on his way out. He's getting up in age, but he's here to prove us wrong. And what way to do that against a guy that's the champion, younger guy, and the hungrier guy. So I think it's gonna be a good fight. I think it's gonna be more emotions from Kambosos towards the end if he's losing, but I think it's gonna be a good scrap. I want Kambosos to win, however, I just think Hitchins will pull off the win and keep his belt. Be a good night.
If Richardson does win this fight, do you think it's time for Kambosos to put up the gloves, retire?
What else is there? You're not moving up to 147.
Hell no.
140 is already kind of pretty big for him. He fought Loma at 135. He won the belts at 135, 140. Who is there? Who are you gonna fight at 140? You got Hitchins. Who else is the champion at 140? You got Marvin Puello. What's his name? Puello. Alberto Puello. You got some big guys at 140. So I think, who else are you going to fight? Rayo. I don't, I think it's just, like I said, this will make or break his career or determine if it's the end of his career, because if he wins, obviously he has the belt to defend. But if he loses, now what? He has to catch the other champions, right? He has a great career, but like I said, we'll see how this goes. Hopefully, if he wins, like I said, he can defend his belt. But other than winning, I don't see any way of him being able to get other big fights.
A lot to prove this coming Saturday, man. So I'm excited to watch this fight. We'll break this down afterwards. Hopefully Kambosos takes it. I'm in his corner, but Vegas is saying Hitchins is the massive favorite right now. It's just going to be interesting. So
maybe we'll bet. We'll bet a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see. We might make some money there. So let us know what you guys think in the comment section below, man. Do you think Keyshawn should have made that weight? Do you think Canelo Crawford on Netflix is going to be an amazing idea? Hell yeah. Do you think Kambosos is going to take the IBF? Do you think Hitchins is going to maintain the belt? Let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. And until next time, guys, we'll be opposite of him. Out.